You're
Might
just
be a little more.
You're just getting the oil, maybe?
Looks like brand new almost.
Yep. Well, Jason.
Maybe we should just enter this in the event. Good enough for second place. You want to smell my fingers?
They're still burning out, and it's we got a pretty good cell coming in here. What a disappointment. That's the torque converter bolt. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We're in the shop here, and I say we're because holy crap, Jason is here.
We got shit to do, man.
Well, we always have stuff to do, but yeah, if you didn't see, obviously check out the video. I'll put it up here in the corner, but Jason caught Crypt Keeper on fire. I think that's the worst fire you've had, really.
Probably.
Well, it was the biggest flames out the back. So turns out that he actually blew a transmission line off right at the last minute, we believe, looking back at the footage. We're trying to study, making sure Jason didn't ruin his brand new FTI transmission. That was the first run on that thing, and yeah, to blow a transmission line off really kind of, well, probably hurt Jason's. Broke your heart.
We'll know here this weekend.
Yeah, we'll know this week, and I think we're good though. Looking back at the video footage, as he was pulling off, he kind of blipped the throttle a few times. He had sparks coming off the back tires. You could see something spray out, and of course it sprays right on the exhaust. So I think that'll be an easy fix there. He's got some more driven transmission fluid coming. And then we're working on burning green, where this thing, yeah, I got to get some new sensors ordered, which I haven't done. So cam and crank sensors, we're going to replace those. It's a brand new harness, so I'm not worried about that. But right now, what we're doing is we're taking everything off. We're going to pull this motor out. We're going to get it over and dyno it, what we probably should have done the first time, Jason.
Yeah,
I mean,
when you run out of time, you
run out of time. Here he is, running out of time. He tells us every time we got plenty of time. But yeah, we ran out of time, honestly, and left at the last minute, and that was just a whole fiasco. Like I said, if you guys haven't watched the video, it was like an hour and something long. You guys asked for long form content. I gave you some. Everything from building the trucks and the burnout competition and everything else. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So we're going to keep pulling this motor out, get it on the dyno. We're going to put a carburetor on it. We're going to run it on just pump gas, get the ring seated, and Jason's light's not working, so let me grab one quick. All right, so now that I got the light, I guess I should emphasize what actually happened to burning green here. And if we take a little gander up inside of here, just look at it, he says. I don't know if I can get it right there. Right between the flex plate and the back of the block, that's the rear main seal, and it's completely blowed out. So obviously it was spewing oil everywhere. When we were working on the tune, we kind of had a little mishap there. So we're going to need a new flex plate. Kind of pumped a bunch of fuel inside the cylinders, and it didn't like it. And the starter got a little kickback there. So flex plate, new rear main seal. I mean, it was brand new, but we'll put a new one in there anyways. And like I said, pump gas tuned, carbureted on the dyno, seat the rings. That's probably, do we think that's why the rear main seal blew out?
I don't know. Put it in install it, right? Maybe.
Well, you installed it? Okay, well.
Sabotage for you.
Sabotaging it, yeah. So, anyways, we'll get all that done. We'll get the motor pulled out. We'll give you some updates along the way. But then next plan is put it on the dyno. Today's already Thursday night. And I'd like to have it on the dyno this weekend. And actually would like to have Jason's transmission checked over. And then we're going to do some things to the tune for Jason so he doesn't have all that revel interaction again.
These tires ain't no good, so we're gonna blow these tires off this weekend.
Oh yeah, we'll forewarn the neighbors here. Not that this video is going to be out before then, but since Adam didn't finish blowing his tires, which rarely happens that I don't finish before you, but yeah.
Story of your life.
Oh boy. All right, well, let's get to it and we'll update you along the way. Are we performing general maintenance?
Yep.
Getting our oil change in. Just want to go up and we'll push the truck ahead then, because we need the motor to go out the back.
we're preparing for that, don't LS Fest have one of the fastest takeout motors?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so now we've got Jason's rig up on here, and we're assessing the damages. Hopefully minor, but still a mess down underneath it here. Look at these AN lines, Jason. They're like melted. There's nothing left of those.
Look at this one. It's gone.
Yeah. I melted a bunch of the rubber all over his dipstick. He's trying to get that out so we can at least check the fluid. And then here's the main feed and return for fuel lines. And yeah, it pretty much melted all the coating off of that. Coming back here, same thing. Especially on the return is the worst one. I don't think it did a whole lot to the feed one, but we might just replace it to be safe. Looks like you kind of melted my shocks back here. Oh no, these are, I don't know. We got some stuff going on back here too that we need to look at. We're thinking that this back right side is, well, it is sagging. We don't know why, but
You'd think it'd be the driver's side for all that weight up front.
yeah, maybe it's when it shifts it when you're doing all those burnouts. Yeah, she's definitely coated here.
These look like the same distance here, so I can't believe.
Yeah, I mean, who's the fab guy that did all this work back here, though?
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's sagging more and more, though.
True.
I mean, like it's.
I mean, these the back brackets here, they're all bent up. I don't know if you can see that on
See
camera.
all this here, and then look at this.
Yeah, this stuff's all been chewed up on the trailer, bouncing up and down. This ride's on the trailer. These get wedged in between the trailer sometimes, and it's got them all just screwed up.
Cut the trailer, fix that. That's more dragging on the.
Yeah. Wow, I think the damage on that was already done, but so the main goal here is Jason. Oh, you got the dipstick out?
Yeah, I was just gonna stick it back in and see if it gets wet or not.
And then what color it looks like. The thing is I doubt the fluid's really gonna be black because there wouldn't be any fluid to move around.
Oh, I barely see a little red right there.
Yeah, I think you're good. Happened right at the very end. And then how about your oil pan up here? It does looks better.
Yeah, I don't see no.
I mean, a little drop over there.
Yeah, because I smeared some shit right here. It needs taken off, but we ain't got no time. Looks like it's held it.
Yeah.
I was worried about this rubbing right here or something, but it looks good to me. It's not.
Yep. And then I'd like to hopefully here this weekend or next. Well, it can't be next weekend, Jason. We only got this weekend. What are we talking about? This is training temp sensor. Maybe we can put a line pressure sensor in here just to start reading more data. And then Jason's thinking that he would like his.
Do I need to?
He thinks he wants his fan wired up, but that's not looking very good. Oh, you might have to replace that, Jason. We'll figure that out. But I think the main goal, like I said, was just see about the transmission, and it looks good. I think, anyways. Just got to replace this entire
Shifter cable looks good.
shifter cable. I think we're just gonna have to replace these entire 6, 8 return, and maybe even some of that 12
Probably 12 from here to all the way to the back. Where that filter
to the next filter. And maybe we'll get some more of this flame guard stuff. This actually held up over here on this side really good. So this is the Earl's flame guard. It's like a rubber, and it's got fiberglass inside of it. So you can see right here at the very, very end. Get your light out, Jason. Right where you don't have it slipped up all the way. I think that's the hose.
Yep, I think so too.
So I think that hose is probably junk. And then we're questioning these fittings too, because they got O-rings inside of all those. But yeah, I think the exhaust kind of when it came down here, Jason, had a nice big fireball out the back. All right, well, the motor's out of burning green. I'm going to power wash that off. Jason's got it loaded in his truck. We're going to buzz over there, check that motor out, throw it on the dyno, and I don't know, are we going for power numbers or?
Just break-in.
Break-in and power numbers. Okay. Okay, so we made it over here. We got the engine unloaded, and here you can see Jason took the flex plate off, and yeah, it took the adapter and the seal and everything off with it. So, we getting a new one, or are we just putting that back in there?
I never ordered a new one, so.
We might just be re-putting that one back in there. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to get it on the stand here, and I don't know. How far are we going on this thing? We're pulling the pan off, check everything over, and...
Part, might as well just check it.
And then, like I said, carburetor intake on there. I think we got a single plane one. It's not going to match any... Well, it'll probably match, because these aren't CNC ported heads, so...
Yep.
So it'll be better flowing for this anyways, instead of having that huge lip on there. Well, I guess it'd be the opposite way. The heads were ported out more, but either way, we'll get it on the stand here, check it over. But yeah, oil seal completely out of the cover. So that was letting her just dump gobs of oil out. I think it blew right on my exhaust and caught everything on fire. Don't look bad. Maybe a little goop on the outside to help seal her in.
Right stuff it in.
Yeah, that's not the right stuff sometimes, but...
Yep.
Okay, all right, we'll get her on the stand and let's see how far we go with this.
This was empty.
That was empty, and Jason's been draining it out here, and he says that you're
Might
just
be a little more.
You're just getting the oil, maybe?
Yeah. Kind of a mixture. I think.
You gonna be able to get all that in that jug now? Wow, so that's a 2.5 gallon jug, basically. Pretty much full of, well, still methanol coming out. So yeah, we had this thing running pretty rich, obviously, with the tune we were trying to run on it at the very beginning, because we didn't know what we were doing, Jason. So these 160 billet atomizer injectors were just pumping all kinds of fuel inside there. But then with the help of Kevin at KSR there, got us dialed in. But it was probably a little bit too late at that point, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
That should have, like, what, 12 quarts of oil in it, too?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, it leaked some out the rear main.
Oh, yeah, true. We did lose a bunch out the rear main, so. And then what was in the catch tank, too, because I think there was some in there. All right, went ahead and got the clear view off of here. Jason went ahead, like you seen, drained all the oil. Got the intake ready to pull off here. That way we can flip this over and check the bottom end. We'll just leave all the injectors and everything in here. Alright. There's some water sitting in here around the bolts and stuff. Got rained on when we came home.
Down here,
Rusting down in here. Oof. Can't be having that.
Soak it up.
I don't know if we even told them anything about this, did we, Jason? So it's stock 823 heads. What do we put in there? Stainless valves, Thule Ultimate RPM springs, the whole kit, retainers, all that stuff.
And the BTR.
Oh, BTR shaft rockers. These are some Summit extended valve covers that I put bungs on, front and back. What's this? eBay?
Yep.
Amazon special, probably.
Yep. Like
it works.
$15.
Yeah, we can't afford the expensive stuff. Sorry, Motion.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and then factory coil packs, and then NK Performance camshaft. What's got? Eagle 4-inch stroke crank, scat rods, and maul pistons in there. So we'll flip it over. We'll check the bottom end here in a second. But yeah, everything's good on the top end so far. Let's pull the pan and see what the bottom looks like. Don't ruin that gasket. We plan on reusing this budget build. Well, I guess we ain't going to see a whole heck of a lot anyways. Not that we anticipate being any problems, but again, we're this far with the motor pulled out. Just thought we'd give it a once over. So probably pull the pickup tube, take off this. We had to get one of these, didn't we, Jason?
Stroker.
Big stroker. All right, well, we'll check the rest out here and see what we got going. Jason doing what he does best. All right, windage trays off, the pickup tube's off. I've got this cap loosened up. We'll let Jason do the honors.
Oh, yeah?
I don't anticipate any problems. Surely hope not.
Did you loosen it?
Yeah. Bolts are loose. Don't lose them. See? Just like that.
Looks like brand new almost. That's probably a little bit of lack of lubrication when all that methanol was in there.
There was a small amount of methanol in there, but yeah.
I'd say it's good.
All right. Well, we'll ask him if he wants to pull off like the front. Obviously, the oiling system, oil pump here, picks up the oil, and then it pumps it through the pump down the side of the block, goes into your filter, back out into the motor, and it goes, I do believe, up the back and feeds the back to the front. So that's why we kind of went up here to the front, pulled out number 2, that would be cap. So we'll ask him if we want to pull off this front or maybe even a thrust just to see if we did have any issues with in play. Torque converter pushing on it. I doubt it. We've ran it all before, but okay, we'll see. Otherwise, that looks good. So next will be check the other one, throw it all back together. Then what, dyno?
The rear main seal.
Oh, rear main seal. Yeah, I think we just reuse that one. Put some right stuff on it.
Yeah, probably good.
And then, yeah, we'll head over there. And that'll probably be tomorrow because Jason's probably got a hot date tonight. He's texting over there on his phone.
Just Rosie.
All right. Yeah. So we're back at my shop now, and we went ahead and got the, what did we take off? The front main cap and the rod cap. Those are torqued back on. I think Jason got the oil pan put on. I left because I came over here so I could pressure wash off burning green. And, I mean, I could use a little bit better detail, but all in all, it's actually white on the firewall again. It's because if you look up here, we still got a little bit of oil coating on the roof, and yeah, it does come off, but needs a little bit of a bath, a little scrub all over the place. But this way, when the motor goes back in, hopefully it'll be a little bit cleaner. Jason's is on the hoist, as you know. I went ahead and checked over some bolts here because we had some 4-link bolts that were working themselves out. Panhard bar bolts that comes through. That was almost off. I could have finger tightened that one. Let's see, moving up, Jason went ahead and removed the oil cooler lines. And he did actually pull off his fan earlier. He stripped the wiring back and he says, why is there so much stripped off of this one?
It got burned off.
Oh, it got burned off, okay. Well, there's enough there to splice into, and he touched it on the battery and he says that it spins up just fine. I currently am under the front end here, taking out these bolts for this caliper bracket. I've already had them out before, put Loctite on them, but down in Florida, this passenger side was actually worked loose, so I'm taking them off, putting more Loctite on them, and a lock washer. And I would say Jason's over here doing something. He's probably not, but
Trying to get this
oh, he's trying to get the insulation off.
insulation off, but it's like hard as a rock up here. You know.
Yeah, you probably read the directions. It probably says one-time fire use or something.
I don't know if it's, that's gonna suck though, because then they can't.
Yeah, we were trying to rely on that for all of our thermal protection with the exhaust and stuff back there, but we don't have time to get any more, I can tell you that much.
Rip right here.
Huh.
Yeah, it's probably ripped right there, and it's hard as a rock right there.
Well, we might not have any of that. So we did find, what did we do with all that? We found a bunch of line here, whatever Jason did with it. It's actually the 6 return off of burning green. Oh, it's right here. Got a couple new fittings. I think we're just going to have to sacrifice a couple of those. I'm worried that they're leaking. And then for this, that 6th line came off the return off the bottom of the regulator, went back to the tank, and that's where we need to put an 8 or a 10 on there. At least an 8, because you run an 8 on yours, granted it's not EFI, but you don't have an electric fuel pump, though.
Oh.
Pumping 5 gallons a minute. I think Kevin said an 8 would be fine, but worst case, we'll go to a 10. But yeah, that's where that line came from. So we're hoping to get some training lines made here, Jason. We were going to maybe let the neighbors hear the Dodge run.
We got a missing exhaust bolt.
Missing the exhaust bolt?
We're missing one right up there.
Yep, missing exhaust bolt. Well, so the nut and bolt check Jason was supposed to do before we went to Florida, I think we're kind of doing it this time. I'm kind of just looking over everything underneath here while we're down here, trying to do our best to make sure. We did drain the catch tank up front. We'll keep going over the rest of the stuff. A lot of this stuff just vibrates loose. Going down the road on that triple car trailer doesn't help any, and then obviously burnouts are pretty abusive on stuff. And Jason, he's just abusive. All the fucking rev limiter bashing, just shaking everything in here. We should check like these bolts that go into this balancer here for the front mandrel. I think you did check them already, but check those again, and just every nut and bolt we can see, just look it over visually at least, and make sure we're ready to go, because I don't know about you, Jason, but we need to kind of win something here soon.
Yeah, sometime here.
I submitted them for New York, but they haven't approved us. They probably don't want us there.
He's probably busy in Orlando.
Yeah. Tom, Burnout Nationals, he's down in Orlando right now, probably trying to kick some butt down there. So when you get us approved, Tom, we'll get you paid. He wouldn't let me win first and then pay, because I would just leave. He knows what we would do. But, all right, well, let's get some lines made. Let's see what we can make happen tonight here. All right, so motor is on the dyno. Jason, he worked his butt off all morning today to get this done. So,
All right.
no, he really didn't do a whole lot this morning. But, yeah, everything's ready to go. Again, this is a 950 Holley XP carburetor, single plane intake from Holley, and this is not ported or anything, again, because it's stock cast heads. We wouldn't have time to port it anyways, Jason. So, obviously, the rest of it we've already gone over, but it's all ready to go. Got the laptop here. Dominator's back there. The only thing we're controlling with the Dominator is just ignition timing at this point. We talked about putting the other EFI intake on there, but we'd have to change fuel pump, regulator, all that stuff, and we don't have much time, Jason.
Oh, we got plenty of time. It's only Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. Sunday. All right, well, water's all hooked up. Dyno's hooked up. Everything else, electrical, is good to go. So I think we just need to get the laptop ready and fire this bad boy up. The goal is let her warm up, seat the rings, hopefully, Jason. That we probably failed to do.
Well, yeah, when there's just all that methanol in there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of methanol, but yeah, warm it up good, get it up to 200 or whatever. And I don't know if we're going to go crazy trying to make pulls on this because we don't really need numbers, but we'll make a couple tugs on it. We'll see what it does. What's it running on?
Super late model 114.
Super late model 114. So, whatever brand that is, don't know, but Sunoco, he says. All right, well, let's get her fired up.
Well,
This ain't good. We're tearing the motor back apart.
just half of it. We'll see what
We did the bottom half. Now we're going to check the top half. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, as you've seen there, she's just puking water right out the driver's side pipe. So we're going to go ahead real quick here. I say real quick. We're going to unhook, get her vacuum, pull the intake bolts out, and then we'll be able to get to that head over there. Obviously, driver's side has an issue, so take the valve cover, get all the valve train. It won't take us too long here, but just curious what's going on. If we've got an issue with the head itself, head gasket, there's dipstick's definitely over full, Jason. So I don't want to say hopefully it's a head gasket. Hopefully it's not a head, that's for sure. But we'll figure it out here shortly. All right. Well, it's been 15 minutes. We're getting pretty good at this, unfortunately. All right, everything's off. I would ask which one's leaking, Jason, but it's not looking.
No, it's wet.
It's not looking good for all of them. I don't know why, but.
It's blocked, John.
Oh. I don't know if I can get that on the camera here, but.
Big crack in it?
Yep. Well, that's not good. I don't think we've got time for this, Jason.
Probably not. Cracked right there,
Yep, cracked right through both of them. Don't know about the rest of them, but yeah. We zoom in on that. Not good. Engine builder left.
Head good?
Well, the head looks better than the block, that's for sure. Okay, well, engine builder left, Jason. Do we send a picture or video call? I think we video called.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's not good.
Well,
I don't know about the rest of the cylinders. They're definitely not. I mean, they're definitely not like the first ones. So that would explain the that was not methanol in the oil that we showed earlier. That was obviously water. And when I pulled the dipstick out earlier, there, it's definitely a little over full.
Yeah, looks like probably only taking a Dodge in New York. I might let you drive it. We get to enter it twice. You drive and I drive.
Almost gonna have to. All right, well, we'll call the engine builder, but yeah, this is not good because a lot of work. I don't think it would have done anything to the pistons, but there's always a strong possibility of that as well. So I think we'll have to cut our losses here for New York, and Jason's just gonna have to hold the reins. And
I'll bring home the first place.
well, we need it. I mean, it is just a stock block. I get that, but still, just a whole ordeal of everything. You know, you gotta hone it, make sure everything else is good. I mean, everything ideally would go into a different block, but it's just
a virgin, not.
Yeah, it's just true, because this was a stock bore block that was honed 5,000s. But you got to deck it, you got to hone it, get everything cleaned up. Just a lot of messing around. I mean, it could be done. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of late nights that we don't have.
Maybe while we're gone, Les can come and work. You can get it run.
Hey, Les, we're gonna need help. You got a part-time helper at the shop. He does more work in a couple hours than Jason does in 4 days. So, all right. Well, we'll give you an update here, but it's not looking good.
That's a little better. See what. I see it's not loading. It's not the head. I'm going to put it in the runner now, but I'd say it's good. Good enough for who it's for, right?
Nothing in the exhaust runners or nothing?
Nope.
You good?
Good.
Jason says it's good. It's got to be good then.
Good.
Well,
Maybe
Jason.
we should just enter this and move it back.
We're over here at my mom and dad's, and is this plan B or what? This thing's been.
Put the heads on this in the van here.
Yeah. We don't want to be a plumber's crack.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we came over here, and I picked this van up a while back. We're stupid. We are stupid. We think we're gonna pull this motor out of this van Sunday night. We're gonna take the cam, lifters,
Timing chain,
oil pump, all that stuff, and the complete heads that we just checked, as you see, and they were good. Oh, this thing's stuffed in there good.
Not the torch and the sawzall can't fix.
Well, we don't want the van, so yeah, we're not worried about that, but yeah. Bought this to send the motor over to Australia to sell over there. It's two-wheel drive, so it's got a 4L80. It's 3,500 van, but yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see how dumb we are. I don't know. Jason, what are we going to do? Flip this on its side? Take... Ooh, yeah. Oh, God.
Far up.
Yeah. So, well, good thing it's a nice day outside today, so I think we're just going to start saws on and just hacking all this front end off of there. We might even just, we might just flip it on its side with the skid loader too. We don't know. Whatever gets this motor out.
If we have more time, let's just go jumping first, and then we'll practice.
Our luck, you'd probably knock the oil pan off. Alright, well, we better get off the video before Dad blows this van up here. So, as we're making progress tearing this thing apart, I'll keep you updated. But that's the game plan, seriously. Sunday night, we're going to do all the swap, take all the top end and everything, and slap it on the van motor. So, we're kind of going to be a plumber's crack junior. It will be van powered, so. Alright, well, that's the game plan. Let's get to it. Yeah, we just take the doghouse up. Man, what the? What?
It's got a cam in it.
Listen to that. I think that's a tick, actually. I think it's probably got something wrong with it.
Left or tick.
Yeah. Alright, but yeah, if we can pull this doghouse off of there, that should get us quite a bit. I don't even care if we got to get this, rip the seat out of here, Jason, just to get us in there easier, but. Alright, let's check back here. Jeez, we got extra LS parts for days back here.
Somebody's gonna go to Australia?
Oh yeah, is anybody in Australia? Hey, there's a starter. They need that stuff over there. We just junk all that stuff. Alright, let's get to it, Jason.
Yeah, right.
Well, update after what? How long's it been? It's not been too bad.
I think we started at 3, so it's 1 hour.
1 hour. So we got everything stripped off the front. Sawzalled a bunch of this off of there. I went ahead and got all the front accessories off. Jason got the intake off. We ended up taking the bell housing bolts out, but Jason's putting a couple back in there because on one hand, we need this transmission anyways. Not for burnouts, but to supply to Australia. So he threw a couple bolts back in there. I don't know. What are we thinking then? You just got to do the rear transmission.
Yeah, I want to lift it up and put 2 tires under this front wheel.
Safety first.
Crawl underneath and put the exhaust. Gotta get the
Exhaust, rear trans mount, and then motor mounts. I think we're pretty much good to go.
The chain, rip the whole thing out of there.
So yeah, then we can just separate the transmission out of the motor or out of the van. So it'd be a heck of a lot easier. So because otherwise we were going to pull the torque converter out and leak fluid all over the place and make a mess like we've already kind of been doing all over the ground here. But yeah, hopefully this goes well, Jason. We're just going to try picking up on the front bumper and hoping that thing will hold up. It should do all right. Like I said, we'll just shove these 2 tires underneath this front rim here. Scratch the paint. A good van. Oh.
You're gonna fall off the forks here in a second.
Hold on. As long as it doesn't roll back, you got something to put behind the back. Should be in park though.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Go up just a little bit more here.
Try that once.
We're gonna check out what? The frame twist on this thing? Yeah, it'll be fine. Perfect. Man, look at that long travel suspension.
Yeah, it looks like one of those
rock crawlers.
looks like Weston's fucking Impala with the hydraulics on it.
All right, well, Jason's got to get a piece of something to lay underneath there because, like I said, we made a bit of a mess all over. Yeah, all right, well, a few more minutes here, and hopefully we'll be yanking out the motor and trans, and then we got to start the teardown process. Oh, I got it halfway out, Jason. Got to reposition. Who would ever do a damn burnout van, anyways? They must be retarded. Oh, Blubber's crack. We love you. All right, well, we're halfway. We just need to reposition our chain here, but yeah, this didn't go too bad. The sun's still out, so I'd say we're doing pretty good, but we'll get re-hooked up here and see if we can not damage it, Jason.
It'd be nice.
Okay, I mean, we did all this work. It'd be nice to have a good block and everything that's not broke, and transmission we can still sell to try and make money. So let's reposition quick here and get her pulled out. All right, motor's acquired. Time to head down to the engine shop, tear it apart before we worry about getting the top end off of the old motor.
Bearing ain't no good. Looks like brand new.
Oh my God, $1 million. Why are we even checking it? All we're doing is opening a can of worms here. As you can tell, we got the heads off. And we decided for some reason that we're going to push these pistons out and look at the rings at least, or what?
Yeah, in case the oil ring was stuck. Didn't need any more blow-by than we create.
True. All right, well, bearings, I'm sure they're going to look good. They usually do in these motors, to be honest with you. It's usually the cam bearings, Jason, that we're not going to look at, putting that nice brand new
We'll look at it, but we're just going to put
the NK Performance camshaft. Sorry, Nate and Bobby. But yeah, we'll finish going through this, and then maybe if we do take this out, what are we going to do? Just dingleberry hone it?
Yep, just grab one and whip like a dingle ball or something, and just give it a quick.
Okay, all right. Well, Jason will probably have it painted by tomorrow night, too, or something, knowing him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how are they looking? Oh, what are you cleaning up? Are those the brand new mole pistons?
Yep. Cat rods.
Oh, yeah. Well, they actually cleaned up pretty nice, to be honest. I think we're just going to send it. We were going to take them to my house and ultrasonic clean them, but yeah, I don't think it really... I mean, it could get better, don't get me wrong, but that carbon buildup on there, we're going to have to live with that.
Methanol will eat that off.
Yep, run it through the rest of the motor. No big deal.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to finish getting this all cleaned up here, and then what? Bring the block over and crank.
Yep.
So that'll be clean tonight, so hopefully tomorrow night we can start putting her back together. All right, and the last part is out. Well, Jason's giving up anyways, aren't you? Yeah. Sunday night, it's getting late. He's ready to go. He's ready to go inside. All right, well, this is the last stuff. Windage tray, well, it's not the last stuff, but we got to clean the parts coming off the other motor, obviously. But crankshaft windage tray. Went ahead and got the block, all scraped surfaces. Yes, it just came out of the washer, but we wanted to get it cleaned up anyways, and plus we're gonna, I don't know, Scott might whip it in the actual hone. I would just dingleberry hone it because we're not spending a lot of time on this anyways when you're putting used rings and stuff back in there, but we're not building the engine, so we're just cleaning the parts for the engine builder, right? That'll be you. And then, yeah, pistons, everything looks good here. So they all move back and forth on the rod, on the piston, so all the rings are free. I think we're going to be ready to rock and roll. We just got a lot of work to do tomorrow night. And the next night, and the next night, and then hopefully still leave on Friday. Hopefully we're there, Tommy. All right, well, it's the next night here, and we went ahead and stripped this off the dyno. Jason says he's ready to pull this head off. Now, I don't think there's going to be anything wrong over here. I hope not. We might be down a piston. And,
as long as the head's good, I don't care.
Well, that is true. There is water in there, though.
I'm sure it went side to side.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, so we just need to get the lifters out of this side, all the studs, valley tray. We're going to rob the back cover because we just put that oil seal back in there, which was new, and get the oil pan and front cover, and then we should be good. The other block is honed, so we're good there. Basically back to assembly then, right?
You got all this shit washed up here, yeah?
Yeah. So I'll go over there and wash some stuff up here, and then hopefully tonight we can have a short block together.
We'll see how long it takes us to eat over there.
Yeah, Jason's all worried about getting mashed potatoes with his chicken, so. All right, well, we'll check back shortly. Well, Jason, update for the night. It's 9:30.
Yeah, past my bedtime.
Here's the current situation. Crank, rods, pistons are back in. So everything went together good. I don't think we have any issues. Oh, new cam bearings. Mm-hmm. Got our NK Performance camshaft in there.
Yep. Fits in there. It spins.
Yep. Looks good. And then also, we went ahead and threw this in the honing cabinet and just gave a quick little whip on all the cylinders there. So that should be good to go. So tomorrow night, we just got to work on getting the top end together. Degree the cam in. We're going to run the... it's all out there on a cart. Double roller timing chain, that oil pump, and all that stuff on there. But Jason says it's late for the night, and he's going to go to bed and get up early to go to work so he can get off early. But I've heard this multiple times.
Surprise, TJ.
Yeah.
I'll be there before Nick for sure.
Yeah, true. That probably don't take much, but
no.
We'll see. So he's going to try and get off a little bit early, but yeah, if we can get the rest of this buttoned up, probably put the windage tray, oil pump, a few things after we get the cam on there and have the bottom end at least buttoned up. Put the oil plugs in, and yeah, we should be cooking right along here. So yeah, back plate, you could probably put all that stuff on there, honestly. You'll have it all done before I get here, that's for sure. I'll be ready. We might even have enough time we could dyno it.
Yeah.
That's funny. We know it ran. We did a burnout in the van. It ran fine. All right, well, that's the update for tonight, so we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Well,
what did you say to me earlier? You were rubbing this and you were saying what?
I'm good enough for second place.
Somehow he thinks he's going to finish ahead of me. I don't know. If this thing runs good, I think we got a pretty good chance. I guess I should add, thanks, Tom, for kicking me out of the open class. I, you know, have a stock bottom end. Well, it's kind of a lie, isn't it?
It's all stock.
It's got a cam in it. That's in the bottom end. But...
Oh, it's got ARP rod bolts. My bad.
And head studs. It's not a stroker motor. Jeez, it's just got a few upgrades to make it last a little bit. But no, everything's complete. Jason went ahead and got the heads put on there. All the valve train off of the other ones. Coil packs. Obviously got the intake with our Holley throttle body. And we're just going to try running the same setup. So again, I think we just had too much fuel prime that very first time we started it. We weren't running the cameras, unfortunately. And that's what sheared off the flywheel teeth and stuff, as I mentioned. But yeah, she's all ready to go. Jason's going to tape up some stuff here. We don't want to get any dirt in this bad girl. So we'll tape it up, wheel it over to the other side, load it up, and head on over to the shop. And hopefully tonight we'll get it set in. It's almost 8:30 here, so the clock on the wall is wrong. Jason just tries to make it look like we got more time in the day, I guess. But, yeah, so we'll take it over there, and we'll see if we can at least get it set down in the truck. And then tomorrow night, what are we going to do? Make some neighbors mad?
Yep.
We're going to make some neighbors mad. Jason's is on the hoist, so we'll get this dropped in, and then we'll have to finish his, to get this on the hoist. And he wants to back outside and test out my computer tuning and see what happens. So, all right, we'll catch you over there. Okay, so we made it over to my shop, and Jason, I got to say, this actually went... It didn't go smooth, but...
9 minutes longer than I wanted to.
Yeah, that's 6 to 9 minutes. You lasted longer than you wanted to, huh? No, it definitely went a lot better than the last time. We kind of had an idea of what we were doing, but a front plate would be great with the mid plate because then we just drop it in and slide it right into the torque converter and bell housing. But at least it's in. Now we do have to finish up Jason's first before we can get on the hoist. There's some stuff we can do to this one on the ground, but it's pretty late, and Jason, he's probably getting kind of tired, He actually got up like 25 minutes early today.
Still 2 hours earlier than Nick.
Yeah, true. But yeah, we've got to get his return line done for sure on the fuel system, which we have all that stuff, and then check over the feed line and any sections that are bad. Got to get those replaced, and then his will be done for a test burnout, and then we'll get old Burn and Green up on the hoist here and get ready for Burnout Nationals Saturday. So, all right, let's we'll hit the bed, get some rest, Jason, and see how much we can get done tomorrow night. Hopefully we can have yours done for sure, test burnout, and be close on this maybe.
I'd like to start it tomorrow. Not really a lot to do.
There's really not. It's already been wired up. It's already all been fitted, so we pretty much know what we're doing.
All I gotta do is make a new, the new.
So yeah, we got a new higher pressure, I guess. This one only went to a max of 60. So we do have a new fuel pressure regulator. I'll have to mount that and make just a new return line all the way back. So that won't be too big of a deal. Just one line all the way back to the tank.
We're using this line for...
Nope, those lines are staying, so...
Oh, that's right, because we already used...
Yep, we used that 6 for your transmission cooler line, so at least we got use out of that. But yeah, all right, we'll check back in tomorrow night. Well, Jason says he's got his transmission lines fixed and the fuel lines. We got our driven transmission fluid in there, and we're ready to fire it up. You got any fuel up there, though, to help me start?
Nope.
That might help. We better pause the video, take him 10 minutes to find something to squirt fuel in. All right, fuel has been acquired. I don't know how long that's been in that truck, Jason, but...
It still smells.
Get a deep breath in there. All right, so we need to fire it up here. We'll check the transmission fluid. So far, only added, 2.5 quarts?
Yep.
So there was still some in the pan, added 2.5 quarts. So that makes you feel a lot better about the transmission condition, hopefully.
Yep.
All right. Fire in the hole. I could give it some gas. Usually it doesn't need it though, but... really though. Hey, it's not that late. We're doing it before we eat supper. Holy shit, I can't hear nothing. Having that trans tunnel off is really... Oh. Well, that's 7,500. That was wide open. Did it sound like rev limiter or no? It didn't to me.
No, I didn't hear nothing popping.
Well, I mean, I couldn't hear shit anyways.
Let's ask the neighbors, see what they think.
Did it sound good? Oh, well.
I thought, yeah, you got some over the...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Oh, man,
That's sticky.
Really sticky. All right, well, I think what we did worked, so we're good there, but, oh, man. Okay. Well, that's one vehicle down. I think Jason just needs his I think the dogs are going crazy. I bet we better record later, Jason, because I bet the cops show up here.
I bet.
Maybe we should play that clip for him again. Were you the ones racing your engine around town? Okay.
Should we get them pushed in then?
We got to swap them around. We'll get burning green on the hoist here. That way we can finish up the engine. And Jason wanted to have it fired up tonight, but I just don't think that's going to happen. So we'll get it as close as we can. Tanner's coming over tomorrow night. He's going to help.
He can do the tires.
He'll be our little
tire guy.
Little biatch. All right, so we'll get this inside. Keep working on this. I got to work on it side by side. We got one wire to hook up in Jason's for the transmission fan. We can do that later. We'll check training fluid again, and then I think we're ready to rock and roll. So we'll see how far we get tonight on this. Otherwise, we'll update you tomorrow. But everything should be hooked up on this one, and then I guess before we fire it up here, we went ahead and got Jason's push back here. I pressure washed off the engine and everything, and we found that the TPS wires, for whatever reason, up here at the TPS were actually broke. So I don't know if when we shrink wrap this or whatever, it's all Jason's fault. I'm just going to blame it on him anyways, but
Might as well.
yeah, oh, he's got the evidence here. Literally broke the wires off right at the sensor connector. So I went to relearn the TPS through the Holly, and once it couldn't find the TPS, yeah, pretty much locked us out from being able to start and run it. So I cut the harness back here, touched the wires together, reset it, so we're good there. Jason wants to cut it off a death trap, apparently.
Y'all are reading data we can.
Oh, the only data we're going to get is this. But anyway, so we're ready to rock and roll here. So we're going to get this fired up now, make sure everything sounds good, looks good, no leaks. We need water in it yet, so we'll have to just keep an eye on that. We can't run it too long, but at least get it fired up here and make sure everything sounds good. So let's hit it. All right, let's try that again. I kind of forgot the Dominator power harness at the dyno, which is kind of vital, Jason, to making this thing run.
Oh, really?
So Jason's got to set the fuel pressure to 60 psi.
Why don't we just do 69?
And then we should be ready to fire it up. Again, no water in it, so can't let it run long.
Yep. Bad spot in the starter. Oil's coming in here. Must have just been a bad spot there in the freaking.
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep. You want to smell my fingers?
Don't smell like it. What is it?
Nothing. It's fucking stinging in my hand.
What did we just go through? 10 gallons then? Jesus never had something so bad on his fingers before. How is that much methanol?
It's flooding it. Hopefully it didn't ruin this block too.
Compression test it quick. Alexa, pause. We don't want to be demonetized. We need all the money we can get.
Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, well, it's not that difficult. Let's do a compression test just to make sure. Obviously, it's something on this bank, and that's what it was before. So let's pull the 4, do a compression test. We'll roll it over with no plugs in it and just see what happens. And then worst case, we'll pull the fuel injectors out and put them in the machine and check them. Now that your hand's all fucking burning.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we'll do that. We'll give you an update.
Yep. A little bit came out on number 2.
Just crank on it now.
Yeah. Yeah, just spraying right on number 2.
Okay, so bad injector. Not good. That could have been what ruined the last motor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say at this point it is.
Especially the same cylinder.
Yeah, same cylinder. So we just did a compression test. What do we have? 145 to 155 or something?
Yep.
I mean, we're not way down like there's a block cracked again. Unfortunately, we have bad injector. But I do think we have one extra one from when we were in Florida in, I don't know if that was November or April of last year. We're going to dig for that quick. We'll pull out that second one, and then I think we'll just do the same test. We'll put it in there. We'll crank the motor over, and as we're cranking it, we'll turn the ignition on, which turns the fuel pump on, and we'll see if we're any better. But I thought for sure that was water, but Jason got a good taste and smell of it.
Yeah,
definitely
you smelled my fingers.
Yeah. I didn't lick them, at least. All right, so we pulled out the good old owl tool fucking tester here, and this is not good. Leakage test. I had to stick a Holley 160 in there just to have something for this T-bar to set on, but this is the Atomizer 160. No wiring, not even trying to fire the injector, and yeah, that's a problem. that's wide open dumping fuel in the cylinder. So, and unfortunately, that's the same thing as you've seen there that's going on with this other one that we found that we didn't know if it was cleaned or tested or not, but obviously that one doesn't work as well. So Jason's doing some research.
I'm YouTube and figuring out how to get YouTube certified on
YouTube certified on injector repair. We're gonna I don't know. We've got a spare, so what are we out? Neither one work. But this is El No Goodo, as Carlos would say. So we're screwed at this point. Thinking about maybe seeing if we can overnight one to New York, put it in. But at this point, Jason, we know what killed the last engine.
I told you it was methanol in there.
That was water in the oil after the block was already cracked.
Yeah, it was still smelling methanol.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it had methanol in it, but... All right, well, it looks like he's YouTube certified. He's already off the phone, so let's see what we got going.
What are we doing here, Adam?
Our YouTube certification says that just take it apart. Actually, Jason did find Billet Atomizer does sell a field repair. Is it with a field repair kit? Field rebuild kit?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. At this point, we really don't know what's going to happen when I unthread this, but we should like get a pan or something to put this in. Long story short, we're going to unthread this one. We're going to see what happens, but they sell a rebuild kit. I don't really feel comfortable personally being our first one, and we have a burnout competition right after this.
Trying to win $8,000?
Yeah, going for a win.
Well, you're going to get second.
Yeah,
I'm gonna win.
I was waiting for the comment. Jason say second place, but either way, I don't give a shit who wins. Somebody's got to win, but I don't know, we're going to open it up. We still have the one that's in the truck, so let's grab a pan or something. I mean, here, let's just open it on top of this bag at least. Because we know there's springs or something in there. Well, there ain't much of a spring, I can tell you that much. Oh, there's a spring. What are we looking at?
It looks like rust or something.
No, it's like discolored or something. Dirt in there.
Yeah.
So the kit comes with like a spring, a screen, I don't know, O-rings and some other stuff.
6 to 9 different things.
Well, there's a spring, so I don't know what we do with the rest of this stuff, but it's only like a $200 and something injector. Let's just take it apart. Oh, it'll come with a coil and something else. Should we get a pick and just... And there's supposed to be like a needle or something right there. Okay, there's the needle. So I'm assuming this thing should like seat down in there. Maybe they're just dirty down in there. There might be a little bit of stuff down in there. I'd say we'll take the rest of this apart. We'll see what we can dig out of here as far as pieces without ruining it. I mean, this is probably an O-ring right there on the inside, this black one right here. We'll see what comes out of here out of this stuff, and then honestly, we'll just maybe clean it in the parts washer tank or in the ultrasonic cleaner quick, and we'll put it back together, and let's see how good we are. And we'll start a injector rebuild service at BoostedRide. If you want them working, don't send them here. All right, we're going to tear it apart. We'll see what we come up with.
Sure. Nothing. Should I have recorded that injector test?
Yeah, so on the injector testing, long story short, the one we put back together, put it on there, and it wasn't leaking at first. We ran it through like a, what I want to say, idle, medium, and high volume spray test, and it was spraying, but didn't think anything about it. Then we tried doing a leak test and it started leaking. So long story short, we stuck the other one that we tried in here. We ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner, put it in there, and the coil will actually snap and open and shut the injector on the idle spray test, and the other one is just sitting over there with nothing plugged in, back to just spraying through. So this is the second one that we had. Ultrasonic cleaned it. Fingers crossed, it looks like it's going to work. So Jason's going to throw a plug back in, spark plug wire, make sure it's plugged in, and we got to go to bed, Jason. It's almost midnight, so get her done. So I'm just going to turn ignition on and just fire it. You got the other coils plugged in?
Let's see. That one's All on. I plugged the, yes, I plugged the harness in. Check the fuel pressure too when you're oil and everything when you get it running.
Yep. Turn both gauges on. Fire in the hole.
Bouncing back.
Hey, do you need to lick your fingers again?
Yeah.
So 61, 62 psi. We're right on 800. A little bit fat on the air fuels, but oil pressure's looking good at 60.
Sounds like an exhaust leak.
Check it with the heat gun quick.
Huh?
Check the heat gun to see where it is. Hey Tom, we might actually make it to New York. Maybe we should pay. He's only called me once about paying. He messaged me, what, twice? Told us in person. All right, well, that's going to do it for tonight. 11:30, we just checked the time. Starts, it runs. Let's just make sure it fires back up here. It starts on its own. Okay, I think we're good. Jason, I don't know if we're actually in the clear, but I think we know if we have a problem. I bet it's injector number 3.
Yep. Do we...
No, we're not. We're going to risk it. We got to win before we buy another injector and overnight it. All right, well, that's going to do it for tonight. We're going to go inside. We're going to get some sleep. First thing in the morning, we got to what? We got to get the toter and the trailer over here. We got to weld the trailer up because Jason found another crack in the gooseneck before it breaks. So we'll weld that up, and then I think we're good to go. We're going to get out of here, man. We're not going to be able to breathe here in a minute. And load everything up, and then we'll hit the dusty trail. We'd like to be gone at like 6 in the morning, but I think it's going to be like...
9.
Let's set a goal. We're going to leave by 10 a.m. That's pretty real.
What time are you getting up? 9? Takes what, an hour and a half, 2 hours to load?
It's my 15-year wedding anniversary today. Sorry. I haven't even been with her all day. We ate lunch.
Oh, we got a half hour yet. You can spend it
Yeah,
there.
true. I got a little bit of time. I'm going to be inside in just a minute, baby. All right, we'll catch you tomorrow in the morning. We'll check out the trailer. We'll show you the situation there, and then we'll load up, and let's head to Middletown, New York. Well, morning to load up, and Jason is out here. We did think about this last night. We did not have any water in it, so if we did do damage to the cylinder wall, which...
The one thing I see is right there, and is that...
But it's red, so is that methanol?
That's right, we never really... You need to... Can you bump it over and get it down to the... Let me see if I can barely...
As we're loading up, we kind of forgot, Jason. We're busting out the ether. We can't get this tire. I don't know, this is a Westlake, and oh, the other one's already on the trailer. The other ones are Thunders. And yeah, this one does not want to see. We got a little bit of a gap, so Jason's going to give her the old ether trick. We'll see if it works. Last time you burned all the hair off your arm. Let's see how you can do this time.
Yeah. ready for the air?
Yeah, I'll run up there.
Raise! It ain't going. Shit must not be no good.
We can't hear it. Okay, so we got all loaded up here. Jason says we need to take the four-wheeler, of course. It is nice, because we do pull him up to the car show area, but got his all shrunk wrap on the hat, and then put the turbo guard on the LS with a Walmart bag on it, so, and hose clamped that down. So we're all good to go, which makes that one, it kind of makes that one nice, Jason. Not shrink wrap and duct tape. But yeah, next stop, did you grab that? Okay, Jason robbed my throttle position sensor wiring off a death trap, so he did end up taking that off of there. It really didn't look much better, Jason. No. It was in pretty bad shape. There's been a couple fires on that one too. But I do believe it worked, so we just got to go over to my parents' house, drive down the gravel after we just got everything all cleaned up, unfortunately. Load up our, what do we got? Food? Drinks?
And our sleeping bag.
Oh, our bed.
Yeah, our bed.
All of our bed sheets and stuff. So swing over there, pick that stuff up. We'll have to finish mounting that last tire in New York, I guess. We'll grab some better ether along the way. I want to shower, get cleaned up. Jason, he's just going to stink probably like usual, so... Right?
Yeah, smell my fingers.
Yeah, he still has methanol, but... All right, well, that's it for now. We might update you along the way. Hopefully not bad updates. We don't need any more problems. The trailer looks like it's good. I welded up another spot there, so let's head on out. All right, so after a long drive, I did a lot of it. Jason probably did 6 to 9% of the drive.
2 hours.
Yeah, at best. We're here, Burnout Nationals. So, Jason, we probably should have paid our entry fee. Sorry, Tommy.
Yeah.
We didn't pay our entry fees online. I went to do it this morning, the day of the event. Of course, the phone hasn't closed out, so we had a little problem getting in the gate. But hey, here, take the phone. Let's show Tommy what we're gonna pay him. And we didn't have enough cash. Couldn't get it out of the ATM, so Jason still had some Australian 50s, so we got his money here, Australian and US dollars. And I know he's going to Australia in what, September or August?
Yeah.
After that, so he's got a little prepayment so he can actually have some money over there. But we're gonna set up here. We like this place, Jason, because there's posts right behind us so we can plug in our oil heaters to burn off the oil. We can charge our batteries up here. We got nothing to worry about. We're gonna set the tent right up front here and see if we can actually sell some merch today. So, all right, let's get to it.
Where'd you go? Light it!
Kinda, I mean,
Hey, you want the favorite spray? I'll light it.
oh, you don't want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna go fix my truck.
Oh, that's on my hand. I backed off on that one because I felt. All right, so Jason, Jacko, Mr. Jack Harrison had to help us out with that tire.
Yep.
And in the process, we were recording in the beginning, but it wasn't working. When we should have been recording, nobody was recording. That's usually how it goes, but I think he's missing most of his arm hair. We thought we were bad, Jason, trying to blow it up, but yeah, he was trying to use deodorant. I guess I never expected that, but Jack's one of those guys that he'll try anything to make anything work, I think. But anyways, all the tires have changed. We did get that last one mounted. We need to top off fuel.
Yep.
Nobody needs to be run out because we did have to drive all the way around the track and all the way on the backside of the grandstands for the car show. But Burning Green seems to be running good at this point. We don't have 10 gallons of methanol shooting out the exhaust pipe.
Nope.
And Jason's, again, we did the test of the computer system there. Seems to be working good. I think Burning Green. Are we going to go against the engine builders for recommendations?
As far as...
He said, why does Burning Green need to turn more RPMs than Grip Keeper? And I said, why not? It's an LS. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I think it's set to 7,700 from Florida. He says it's some kind of stock rotating assembly, Jason, that
Yeah.
it should take a little bit easier.
Probably
And
decent.
unfortunately, we do need it to last. We need to go to Indy, and then we're going to an event that Weston is having, and then we might have another one at the end of next month as well. So I might give in. I might actually turn it down. I can't believe we could have say that, but I might forget to get the computer out. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, the event is just getting started. They've had all kinds of stuff going on here. They had some dirt drags over here. They had, what else did they have? They had monster crawling thing over some vehicles. They just had a FMX stunt jump over top of monster trucks. Oh, there he actually, right there he is right now, up on the track. So, yeah, I think we're all ready to go. Batteries are charged up. Just get them fueled, and then we'll head up there. Jason, oh my gosh, lucky numbers. Hold on, let's show them. Where's mine at? 6 and 9. Oh, we're so lucky. The shitty part is how am I gonna get the cameras from you? Because you're sure as hell not gonna be running.
Nope. That ain't gonna either. Maybe he could be on the 4-wheeler.
Maybe what we do is we throw the scooter and you burn out with it in the back years, and then you get out and take off on the scooter. We'll figure something out, but I'd like to have cameras on mine, obviously, for you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's probably might record a few people's runs, and then we'll be up in the burnout pad. Jeez, Jason, we thought we had bad luck.
Yeah, no shit.
This is Tommy's, the event promoters, and yeah. When did he install a 2-piece drive shaft?
Well, now you got a Bluetooth one.
Yeah, true. Must have took out one of the tranny cooler lines as well, but yeah, he went out first, obviously being the promoter, and yeah, heard some noise, and all of a sudden it was just revving to the moon. You know, Tommy, he don't let off the throttle at all. He's kind of like you, Jason. Just rev limiter action, and next thing we know, we come over here, and he's got a 2-piece drive shaft now, but yeah, no, he was on a pretty good rip. Tommy's getting the hang of this, so I like his new upright zoomies with the smoke them, nice TIG welding. But yeah, this is what we're in store for. People breaking already, not good. Well, this has an ideal. What are we at? Number 36, I think?